let's talk about one of the most controversial arms deal in the world right now.
Hello, welcome to this channel. There is this video I came across and I would like us to watch it together. But before we do that, please, if you have not subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and do that. Click on the subscribe button and turn on your notification bell to keep being part of this. Then as you watch, do not forget to react and also drop your comments in the comment section.
Let's talk about one of the most controversial arms deal in the world right now. It is no longer news that Nigeria enters 346 million arms deal with the United States of America. I'm aware of the deal, but it doesn't interest me. Before, I started picking interest when France 24 started making it the topic of the day. The German's national televisions and most top newspapers are publishing about it. Most of the news medias in Asia, people are talking about it. I said, why are people picking interest in Nigeria versus America, or Nigeria-America arms deal? Why are people picking interest on this? By the way, this is not the first time Nigeria is buying arms from America. Remember that during the time of Muhammadu Buhari, there were some sophisticated arms and fighter jet they wanted to buy. America government refused under Donald J. Trump, and they sold some of them that are not that sophisticated and to Kano fighter jet instead of the one they requested. So they reduced the firepower that they are sending to them that time. So this is not the first time. Nigeria bought from Italy, and that is attacking helicopter and all those things. They bought equipment from Italy, and there are so many countries, including Russia. What other countries again? Now, why am I naming these countries that Nigeria have bought and are still buying ammunition from? America is not the first, and it will never be the last. So at this moment in time, why is it that so many people are picking interest? Now, I want to analyze, the situation around this and this to you people, but let us look into what France 24 reported. It says $346 million US Nigeria arms deal sets rice groups on edge. Now, if you read this article, it's all about how the Nigerian government are violating human rights with the sophisticated equipments and fighter jets they have. Only this year, about 4 times, the Nigerian Air Force has bombed vigilantes and civilians, not the terrorists. Okay, if you count the number of times they have bombed the terrorists, I think it is 3 times. Why civilians up to 5 times? These are the fear of people that they are misusing the ammunition. This is the fear of the international community and so on and so forth. But that is not the problem. I want to tell you the biggest problem with Nigeria continuing buying arms every now and then. I want to quote National Security Advisor Nuhu Ribadu. Nuhu Ribadu said, and I quote, "The weapons used by the bandits and terrorists in Nigeria belongs to the federal government." You know what that means, right? It means that the weapons Nigeria government are buying will end up in the hands of terrorists who are killing the people. Now, I still want to remind you that at the time during Muhammadu Buhari's administration, some bandits were captured, they were arrested. The ammunition they have was Nigerian army ammunition, AK-47, Javelin, all of them belongs to Nigerian army. Go and fact check me. What happened? After the arrest, the Nigerian army came back to take their weapon. How do they manage to give their weapon to terrorists? This is a bigger fear, not even what the France 24 that they are using it to violate human rights is okay. But that is not the main problem. The main problem is that Nigerian government is, I don't know the adjective I'm going to use, but there is a vacuum that they are using to leak their weapons access to the terrorists. The terrorists are in the possession of Nigeria armored tanks. Go and fact check me. I said the terrorists have Nigeria armored tankers. They have it. By the way, at the time they showcase it. They showcase it in the video when they capture some of them. When it comes to rocket launchers, the terrorists have it from Nigerian government. AK-47, they have it from Nigerian government. At the time they shot down military aircraft, no noise about this. Nobody talks all these things. So my fear about this government trying to buy weapons upon weapons is that Buying of weapon is not Nigeria problem, because the chief of defense staff, the chief of army staff, the chief of naval staff, they have never come at once to tell people that we don't have weapon. That is not the problem. They will always tell you that they are underlying issue why they can't fight the terrorists. How does underlying issue has to do with weapon? CDS said that people should get ready to defend themselves. Are they buying the weapon for the people? CDS said before that they have to fence the whole Nigeria for insecurity to stop. Is the fencing... These things are not laughable, but it makes me laugh because it doesn't make sense at all. Now, let us look into the article from France 24 English. It reads that last week, the State Department approved the possible sales of 346 million in weapons, including bombs, rockets, and ammunition to Nigeria, which is battling jihadist militants in the northeast, armed bandits gangs in the northwest, and separatists in the southeast. Now, the way Nigeria used to project the image of the situation they are facing is laughable. Which one is the bandits gang in the northwest? How many people are bandits killing in the northwest? Nigeria is at war with the bandits. This is a holistic terrorist organization that is ravaging the whole country in a holistic form, every now and then, north, south, east, west. Now, they talk about the separatists in the southeast. Last week, I talked about how the Nigerian government continue to project the agitation of people of pro-Biafran groups, the way they project it to the world. They want the world to know that these people are terrorists, so that tomorrow the world can turn blind eyes to their maybe cries for freedom or agitation. And a lot of people from this region are not paying attention to this. This is terrible. Yes, there are insecurity in the southeast. I will not say they are not insecurity, but this insecurity in the southeast are not from majority of the people whom you call the pro-Biafra agitators. These are pure criminals. Some of them are Igbos. Some of them are invaders, the bandits. Some of them are Igbos. They live in the bush. They carry out criminal activities. But what the Nigerian government are not telling the world, and what the journalists in Nigeria face to tell the world, is that in the southeast, where all these things are happening, you have military presence all over there. What are they doing? Why are they not stopping it? That is a very critical question people should think, or people should ask. Why are they not stopping it? They are everywhere in the southeast. The politicians sponsor these people, the same politicians who are buying weapons. Now, how will the world see this? That the same government who imported terrorists continue to buy weapons to stop the terrorists. How will the world see this? That Tinubu's Minister of Defense was accused of being part of the terrorists by a sitting governor. But the same minister is championing to buy more weapons. Where will the weapons land? In the hands of terrorists, right? The governor of Benue State said, and I quote, that the insecurity situation in Benue State is masterminded by people in the Senate who approve the sales of weapon or the buying of the weapon, people in the House of Senate. This is one of the most complicated arms deal, because people now believe that they are directly or indirectly buying these weapons for the terrorists. What happened if they arm the people? Instead of arming the terrorists indirectly, arm the people. All this your weapon will still end in the hands of the terrorists. The terrorists, every now and then, they are going to the military bases, capturing their weapons, bombing them, killing the soldiers, taking all their weapons. And no one is talking about this. Now, the article continues that civilians have often been caught in the crossfire. In May, the Nigerian Air Force bombed a local self-defense group in Zamfara State, mistaking them for bandits, residents told the AFP. The State Department's own annual human rights report on Nigeria, released the same week, it approved the weapon sales, one of airstrikes killing civilians and torture of detainees. Now, let me stop this article here, because this is the fear, as I said before, the fear of most international communities, that they are going to use it to violate human rights and kill civilians. But that is not my major fear. My major fear is that these arms you are selling to the Nigerian government will end in the hands of terrorists. Their national security advisor confirms what I'm saying. He confirmed it, that most weapons used by terrorists emanated from the Nigerian government. So how do we solve this puzzle? The question is, Nigeria, why are you buying weapons for terrorists? You know that these weapons will end in the hands of terrorists. You know the terrorists will come to your barrack, and they have been doing it, they will continue to do it, because your people have not shown capacity, and the rate of collusion between the government agencies with these terrorists is alarming. There are so many questions and puzzles that are unanswered. But does the Nigerian people actually care? They do not. This is not because they don't want to live. This is not because they like the terrorist state of their territory. No. This is because Nigeria has weaponized poverty. There is what they call, hierarchy of needs. Before someone could talk about terrorists killing him, the person must be able to make sure the person eats, him or her eats. So anyone that have not eaten, it will be difficult for them to think about security. Security is not forced to them. People don't have water to drink. How can they think about security? Some people are praying to die. That is where the situation has degenerated to. Some people are praying to die. How can they think about security? This is just the state we are in Nigeria. And another, most painful thing here is that a lot of Nigerian celebrities, businessmen, influencers are disconnected from the reality. You know why? Most of them will run to places that they don't have insecurity. And they will pose as if all is well. They will live, their lavish lifestyle, do what. Some of them cannot go to their village to build house and stay because of insecurity. They can go to Abuja or Lagos. When you talk about this insecurity, they will tell you forget about it. Why? Because they are not the one dying. They have the money to run to the metropolitan area. But people in the village, in the rural area, who are the victims of the terrorists, the Nigerian army human rights abuses, vigilante group human rights abuses. I mean vigilante formed by the government, not the ones formed by the community people. All these things makes me sick. Where do we get here? How? And how do we come out of this mess? I've always said that Nigeria cannot save Nigeria. Something must be done about this. And the best thing people should do is that there must be separation of power. I don't know how they are going to do it. I don't know how it's going to be possible with what I'm saying now, but that is the only solution. Abuja is against the people, and the power should not remain in Abuja.
Thank you for watching this video. Please leave your contribution in the comment section and also do well to subscribe. I'll see you in my next video.